OK， 应该可以吧？刚刚断线，我不知道为什么。哎，免费用户就是这么惨，算了吧。哎，刮胡刀，好棒，可以刮胡子，太赞了。要换衣服吗？看一下。啊？那个数字一直在闪，怎么回事啊？好可怕！武器的部分找一下。好。看一下哦。高尔夫球杆啊。OK， 有画面哈，有画面我就不讲了。嗨，这读取太久了吧 ？OK， 可以了。啊，有画面就 OK， 没什么好担心。哎，打不开，好吧。没靠背啦，每次都这种鸟锁，你觉得这种鸟锁有用吗？破破烂烂的锁，切。左脚爱吃东西，我也要跟着吃东西。你们回来了。
Nick。
哎。哦，Nick还活着，吓死我了。哎，什么东西？哦，在滴血哦。该不会是靠背？这死法也太可怕了吧！靠背。有一个命案，这是换打案了。等一下，关键人物都死光了，他是要演什么？哇塞！
Wait, she's still alive.
该不会又是那种陷阱吧？可是我总觉得掉下来没好事呢。要把它推开了。
It's no good. It won't budge.
Emily, stand back.
哎，哦，哇塞，啊靠北，吼吼，力大无穷啊这家伙。
There's not enough time.
等一下，你要怎么救啊？
George, catch us.
哦，哇塞， 高难度动作。哇，超强！好强啊！令人叹为观止的技术，好强啊！不愧是 York。身为 FBI 探员，这种体能也是很合情合理的。哎，还活着吧
Thomas, call an ambulance.
What? What?
看他们超白痴的。
George, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. I think I'm too old to be an acrobat, though.
Diane looks okay too. She should be able to tell us who did this to her.
God, I hope so. But you, George, quite a catch. I'm impressed.
George?
怎么了？哎，这是什么？哎呦！
Diane?
哎，
What a beautiful face! The witching one who fell off into many directions.
然后你是咬了什么东西吗？
Slide away into nothingness, inspiring a truly deep eroticism in all who clear. Every woman
你写公啥啦？
about being penetrated by those sharp points. This piece is most unimaginable to color.
什么东西啊？
This is far more than a piece of art. It is a piece of masterpiece for everyone to
Diane?
themselves. Come closer. Begging please.
哎，
Diane! Stop right there, Nick. You're under arrest for the attempted murder of Diane Ames.
哎，那个怎么了？
Back off!
哎，
Don't touch me!
啊靠背，啊是呀，是呀。
Diane, no! Move!
哎，
Emily, hurry!
Oh 我靠！感觉真的很想死。哎，哇塞，这也太夸张了吧！他没吓到。
I requested, and Thomas will need a body bag too.
总觉得是那个红色种子的关系啊，就是犯人逼他吃掉那个红色种子之后，然后他的精神就开始失常。
Nick, quiet.
他就要安静。
Can you hear that?
什么声音？嗯？没有听到。狗狗？哎 ，FK 的狗哎。这个 BGM 没有问题吗？ 这只狗出现在这里，就表示 FK 也在这里哦。哎
I think he wants us to follow him. Shall we follow Zach?
他们结束了，竟然看一下吧，来 Nick 讲话一下。这死的还真惨呢，哇塞！他妈是动作真超好笑的。哎，够了，够了。哎，我刚才还没跟舅舅讲话，干嘛这样？奇怪了，看起来应该是在大厅杀的，可是为什么他把他拉到办公室就把他拉出来？好怪哦。看一下吧。哦，哎，血迹命从这边啊，那我过去那边。哎，干嘛？你要去哪里啊？快点啦！好亮，好像比上次还要亮很多，为什么？哪里怪怪的？哦，原来是打雷吗？是打雷的关系吗？血迹一路拖到这里来，你为什么要带我绕路？你有病吗？哎，要去哪里啦？再见了。不是的。快点啦！哦，在那边。慢点花时间好无？紧的啦。我会枪杀他。全国老百姓遇到，没事。有了。啊，废话，不是就这里吗？还要你在那边带路？哦，莫名其妙。该死家伙。哎，有了有了，他不能开。还真奇怪，为什么要从那边拖到那边去啊？还是说，其实真正的案发现场是在这里啊？可是感觉总是在门口啊，总觉得是在门口发生的，是吗？然后他们谈什么谈不拢，然后，所以 Carol 的嫌疑的那个可能性越来越大了。本来是在谈一些事情吧，谈不拢就开杀了，应该是了。哎，到了，哇塞，有什么特别的吗？我觉得狗的脚步声好诡异哦，超诡异的。没东西啊， 奇怪呢，是不是这里啦？哎，哇哦，这还有个刮胡子，赞，赞啦！这镜子没有问题吗？感觉还怪怪的。还有波浪哎，波浪镜，超酷的。光影效果做的有点小小的不好。嗯，马桶。所以案发现场是在浴室吗？很奇怪，我真觉得哪里怪怪的。诚心觉得哪里怪怪的。等一下，啊，接下来呢？找东西吗？等一下，等一下，这是什么？我觉得后面有东西，试试看。有懂啊。密室。这个植物不是那个 FK 养的那个植物吗
？Willie, are you out there?
Kason 怎么在这
What are you doing in there?
York, is that you? Thank God. I can't get this door open. Can you unlock it from your side?
Kason, stand away from the door.
这家伙好可怜哦！你是怎么被关到这里来的太莫名其妙了吧
Where's Diane? And what are you doing here?
所以这个整个世界越来越不单纯。
Well, let's just say I have my reasons, you know, private reasons. I don't really have to tell you, do I?
Actually, you do. Diane just died a moment ago.
What?
You're not just a key witness now. You're now a suspect. You need to tell me exactly what you were doing here.
Well,
可是问题是他被关起来了
I just came here to talk with Diane, to have a conversation.
And I suppose that kiss mark on your cheek is from your conversation.
他脸上吻痕呢。
This was just a spur of the moment thing.
Which is exactly what killed Diane.
Okay. I came here to be with Diane. You happy now?
所以他跟达燕有奸情吗？达燕真是
We've
阅
been
人无
together
数
before, a couple times. It's one of the reasons why I like coming to this town, see? This time is no different. I bumped into her in a bar in Seattle. I had some holiday coming up. Well, so I just took it and I drove her back here. I have a wife, you know, but we've been separated for a while. We're going through a divorce right now, and I don't want her lawyer finding out.
他有老婆啊，可是他还是很常来找达燕偷欢。他是打算要离婚的。
Anyway, how could I kill Diane if I was in a room locked from the outside?
这还蛮有道理的。
2 hours ago, me and Diane, we were taking it easy, drinking upstairs. We were, you know, enjoying ourselves. Then Nick had to show up.
Nick 就跑过来。Nick 跑过来的时间点应该是我们刚才追上去的地方吧？然后，达燕把他锁起来，他自愿下去。
I've just been here, waiting for her to come back, of course, but she didn't. I heard footsteps a couple of times, but they just passed by.
经过而已。
Well, then I couldn't wait anymore, so I let Willie here out through the window. Then you showed up instead of Diane.
可是威利又跑到哪去了？这问题很多。
Zach, Diane has become the 3rd victim of our killer.
黄马晚上好。
And nada from questioning Nick. Nothing. Got no new leads from questioning Nick. He's taken the death of Diane really badly. In shock, the works. He claims to have liked talking with her about art. but he also had a problem with her
你这样
views
突
about
然
men.
插话没问题吗？
He says that they argued,
所以我
but
这边很 free
not
啊
at a。level that would lead to a murder. They were about to head out to the bar again together, but while he was waiting for Diane, someone knocked him out cold. He has no idea who it was either. Of course, Kaysen looks like a prime suspect, but that door was locked from the
所以目前还
outside.
是
There
尼
was
克
no
最
other
可
way
疑
in
嘛。
or out of that room, which means there is no evidence of his involvement at this time. He did say something else. The footsteps he heard outside the room were not heels, but a man's
哎，
boots.
对，是不是那高跟
And
鞋
Nick
声音？
was wearing boots.
嗯
But now that Diane's dead, no one can back up Nick's statement,
嗯，
which is why we have Nick in custody and have to let Kaysen go free. That seemed like the only option, at least for now.
嗯哼，
One more thing, Zach. George looked terribly depressed.
I guess this case is really getting to him. He's feeling responsible for the deaths of Becky and Diane. Take his rules and confidence away from him? I wonder what's left. Well, of course, he'd still have
等一
muscle.
下，我为什么觉得那句好熟悉哦？OK， 挂了。答案是第三个受害者啊，然后目前整个最令人怀疑的应该就是尼克了，对吧？我看一下，今天赚多少钱呢？好多哦，3500哦，哇塞！嗯，啊，我先过一下，后面还是要跑啊。你竟然敢无视神作，你不要命啊！
Zach, let's get back to the hotel.
First Anna, then Becky, now Diane. I'm not looking forward to writing this
我
investigation
要回去
report.
了。
Agent Morgan. York. Do you have a moment?
What is it, George?
怎么了？
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Do you have any time later?
Can't we just do it here?
If possible, I'd like to go to a bar.
啊？
Of course,
为什么一定要去
we don't
爸跟
really
我谈
have
这
to.
件事情？
A bar? Now that sounds like a good idea.
Zach, what do you think? We can go drinking with George, or turn him down and head back to the hotel.
可是我对男的没兴趣呢。算了吧。
George, sorry, but I
而
have
且我
to
不喝
go
酒。
back and write the investigation report. We can talk another time, okay?
拒绝他，拒绝他。
I guess. Sorry to bother you.
他应该也不是要跟我讲那个犯案的事情吧？我觉得是别的事情。算了，所以现在先回家喽。OK， 好，走吧。尼克虽然是最可疑的，可是，在那个就是在那个 profiling 的时候，看到的身影却不是尼克的身影嘛，总觉得是一个稍微长发一点点的人。所以我怀疑是 Caro 嘛，我怀疑应该是 Caro， 而不是 Nick。靠北按错了，拍着。所以现在要回去了，而且这一张没有时间限制，好神奇哦。应该是
Zach, is
轻
there
松的。
something here that you want to check out?
Well, I'll join you if you like, but I do need to get that report written. Once you're finished, let's head back to the hotel.
其实还有很多支线我没有过到啦，是还蛮想过的。不是这条呢？走错路了，算了，去看一下啊，看一下上面有什么。
There was another really bad one around this time of year. 3 years ago. Remember, Zach?
Yes, that's right. That one.
宇宙局的好感度下
Same
降。
MO. Across Utah, Colorado, and Missouri. The
这边可以
victims
过
were
去 吗？
all average married housewives.
希望可以
But
过
after
去。
being run over so many times by a car, they didn't look
哦
human.
真假？
5 victims in 2
可以耶，
months
哇
in
塞。
the 3 states.
等一下，到
What
了，
he
真的
killed
到
them
了。
was always the same. But aside from that, There was nothing that linked the victims together. Well, they were all married. But age, race, nothing else matched up. Tire marks and fragments of paint ID'd the car that was used.
四驱车。
That's where things got really tricky. The perpetrator used a 1993 model Cadillac.
算了，我不想听你讲废话。
Zach, we're here. Let's continue our chat later.
OK， 又是案情的那个复习啊，看一下吧，我们看一下这篇文章啊。
Zach, let's go over our progress.
司法心理学。
From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane.
等一下哦。
Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed. We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim, Diane, was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest. However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes.
Do you remember what that was, Zach?
拿什么东西？刚刚要回答什么？这个吧。
That's right.
哦，
Diane
对，
was
没
still
错
alive.
，Diane 和 Becky 在死前都还活着，
This suggests that very little
就是
time
他把她
had
绑
passed
起来，
since the
然后
crime
让她
was
活
committed,
着。
which means the
这两个
criminal was
是
still
是
close
完全
by.
完全一样的情形。
It was someone near the scene. There are two possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other.
Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
谁 ？Nick 吗？哎，等下 ，other person，Kason 吧？啊，对啊。
That's right. Kaysen. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to him. Kaysen's statement came out as follows.
美国枪击案。
He and Diane were in a physical relationship. That was why he visited the gallery. The two were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Kaysen up in the basement. Now, what did Kaysen hear when he was locked up?
这是什么？哦，这个脚步
That's
声
it. The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day, which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and
这
knocked
边写的还不错
unconscious.
啊。
We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
Nick 是 serial killer 吗？这什么鬼啦？为什么要我决定啊？王八蛋！我觉得 Nick 是 serial killer 吗？应该不是。
Me too. Usher sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's
啊，
stomach.
有很多的红色种子，
This confirms her as a victim of the raincoat killer.
诡异啊！
Remaining leads.
可是主角的
There's the locket,
就是佑可他
which is in Karen's possession.
之前拿到很多红色种
the
子的
man
原
with
因
the
还没讲完
tattooed。back, and the upside down peace sign. There's a lot left to answer. I hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
要喝咖啡了，休息啦。这件衣服好帅哦，我喜欢。